What the is going on?
I like to party.
Jesus, honey, wax much?
This is Unwaxed
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
with Sophia and Sistine Stallone.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unwaxed podcast
With your favorite sisters, Sophia.
and Sistine. I'm feeling like doo-doo.
So am I, but for different reasons.
Sophia, you just took too much melatonin last night, okay? I am
groggy.
still hungover from 3 or 2 days ago. What day is it today?
Today's Sunday.
2 days ago? I'm dying
I
right
know.
now.
No. I feel like when I drink now, I feel it the week after the whole entire time. And then the thought of going out again feels like it's torturous. But the fact that you went out after the night you had is psychotic.
Here's my issue. On Monday, I like to make plans for the weekend. And sometimes I go, oh, I can do Thursday and then a dinner with my friends on Friday and then go out Saturday. It sounds fun
Yeah, in theory.
in theory, right? The execution of it is horrendous.
No,
I
it's
am
bad.
down so bad. But you know what? I was thinking about it this morning, and I even talked to my mom about it because I always have to call my mom the morning after I go out because she calms my anxiety down. And I was like, you know what? This is the reason we moved to New York. To have fun, to go out more, to drink more, to be more social. And let me tell you, I did that and then some.
I think you need to do that this year because that's what I did last year. And I'm feeling the repercussions of it now. And now I'm in my old woman phase where
Sophia,
I think
you're 27. She's like, I'm in my old woman.
But
You're
I'm
27.
considered officially late 20s. So this is the time where going on Zillow and IKEA and Pinterest is my version of fun with a glass of spearmint tea rather than going out to a club, taking shots, looking at hot guys. That is like
That sounds like a blast.
But this is because we are in different. You're in your mid-20s.
That's true.
That's what I did. But then I
I-
crashed and burned after.
I made it
doing
my
that.
resolution for 2024 to go out more
Mm-hmm.
and think less. Because I think even the idea of going out for me, I have this weird social anxiety where making the plan, texting the person, going to meet them, say, oh God, is my Uber going to be late? What do I wear? Like that
Yeah.
whole process leading up to going out makes me not want to go out. But when I'm out, it's a great time and I
Right.
have fun.
It's just the mental hurdle. And I think,
Yeah.
honestly, you have the best way to get over the anxiety, pre-anxiety about going out, like the thought of like, oh, well, who am I going to run it into? Like, how am I going to look? Is actually making a hype up playlist while you're getting ready, because I truly believe that getting ready is the best part. And when you have such a good routine about like, okay, I have my little cute headband with the ears on it. I have all my favorite makeup laid out. I
100%.
know my vision of how I
Yep.
want to do it, and the music.
Yep.
It just makes it like, all right, I'm ready to go.
I agree because I always think this is so stupid and the girls that get it. You know, sometimes when you do your makeup before going out and everything is just working perfectly.
Yeah,
You're like,
really.
why is my wing amazing? And I applied my false lashes with no issues. And then my hair is doing what I want it to do.
Right.
So you're like, this is going to be a good night.
I had this happen to me a couple of days ago where everything was going wrong. Like I placed my
It's a bad
lash in the
night.
middle. My skin, the worst is when your concealer and your foundation's peeling and like what is it, peeling off, and it's like curling
It's
up.
starting
like
to, like,
it looks like
crack.
skin. It looks like your
Ew.
skin is peeling off, but it's not your
Yeah.
skin. And then that, honestly, then your hair looks like mine today, and it just becomes just the worst. And
No,
then you just can't think about it, like, I don't want to go out.
I had to put a hat on for several reasons. One being I have so much mousse and dry shampoo from this weekend. Should I just go through what happened?
Yeah, you should. I mean, it was
God,
a
you
weekend.
guys, it was epic. I was on cloud 9. So I'm still making friends in the city. So I'm trying to say yes and go out and meet new people. My girlfriend goes, we're going to do a dinner. Our other friend just broke up with his girlfriend. He's down bad. We got to rally together.
It's a
I said,
dangerous combo.
say less. Because I'm also the type of person where I won't peer pressure you, but I'll push you if you're in a bad place to be in a better one through alcohol. Sorry. So I go to this restaurant and it's 8 people, right? And it's just me and my one girlfriend and it's all guys. One, that's a dangerous combination. So dangerous. All the guys at the table are saying, oh, we're all going to do rounds of martinis. I am not a martini girl. One, because that's not a cocktail to me. There's no mixer. There's no way you can get kind of sober.
Nothing dilutes it.
There's no easing into the drunk.
Yeah.
You have one, you're smashed, right? So everyone's having a gin martini, a vodka martini. I haven't had vodka since the War of 1812. It's not for me. So I whispered to the bartender, I said, can you make a martini with tequila?
What?
Oh, but I did.
That's literally a tequila shot.
It was tequila and like a drop of vermouth. Like that is what and I didn't have one. I didn't have two.
So gnarly.
I had three. Why? Because all the guys were like, we're doing another one. Me thinking I can keep up with a grown-ass man's body is beyond me, okay? Also, I'm eating lettuce cups. It's already a dangerous combination. So I have 3 martinis. And then we go, okay, we're gonna go to our friend's birthday party, right? I walk into the party. I don't see one person I know. What did I do? I turned around by myself, left after 10 seconds of walking inside. Why? Because I saw a dive bar across the street. It was calling my name. I take 2 shots. Didn't need to.
That's 5.
I go back to the party. They're going, let's go to a club. I said, say less. I go to the club. No one was really drinking at the table. I thought, let's keep the buzz going. I'm feeling warm and fuzzy inside. I'm taking pulls from the bottle.
Warm and fuzzy is just the alcohol heating you up.
It's heating me up. And I don't know why.
You were doing pulls?
Pulls alone. It wasn't like, you know, sometimes when you're in a club, people are like, let's do a round of shots and everyone's doing a shot. No one was doing that.
I think the moment where you start taking pulls from a bottle at a club is the moment you should
2:30
consider
in the morning.
going home. But that is the moment you go, oh, I've really went far beyond what I needed to be doing.
But you know when you're at that level of drunk where everything is just euphoric? And
Yeah.
I was in such a silly, goofy mood. I was so happy in that moment that I just wanted to keep that feeling going. I sound like an alcoholic. This is not good. But I wanted to keep it going. So I thought I have to keep drinking to keep it going. And I should have learned my lesson. My dad always tells me nothing good happens after midnight.
Well, is it 2 or midnight?
Midnight.
Oh.
Definitely nothing good happens after 2.
I push it to 2 and you're nothing good happens after 2. If you're going to a club at 2 a.m., which is what Sistine was basically doing, it's downhill.
So I was so obviously bad, but I wasn't falling. I just, my eyes started blinking one at a time. Like everything was going a little cross-eyed. A lovely gentleman says, let me get you an Uber home. I said, God bless you. Thank you so much. I get in the Uber. I go home. I fell so hard. I'm surprised it didn't wake you up. Also, this was at 6:30 in the morning.
Wait.
I forgot to mention.
Can we just pause? You're surprised it didn't wake me up? She comes in barreling, I think at 3:30 in the morning. Sophia! Open my door. I'm groggy. I was in the middle of my sleep and she goes, are you awake?
I wanted to hang out. I wanted to tell you about my night.
I know. I was like, it's 3 in the morning.
That's what you signed up for when you live with me in my new era.
No.
So listen, now it's 6:30 in the morning. Don't know why I stayed up for another 3 hours. I'm in my bathroom. Also, you know it was a good night when you look at your legs and you're like, where did all these bruises come from?
Oh,
Okay, this is when I knew I'm not doing well. I'm in my bathroom and I'm holding on to the counter so I can just hold on with one hand and brush my teeth with the other hand.
God.
6:30 in the morning, you guys. And for some reason, I just start swaying. Like music was playing in my head and I was just swaying, minding my business.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I start to like slow motion. You know those fainting goats when like every limb goes stiff and then they just sort of slowly topple to the side?
Kind of.
I slow motion, even though I'm holding on to the counter, that wasn't enough stability for me. Fall into my shower, take everything off the table, knock my shelf off with me, and now I hit my head so hard, and it was like
You know
one
how
of those.
dangerous that is?
No, I know, but it was like one of those movie scenes where you get caught in the shower curtain and you're just sitting in the shower, and I sat there. I was like, "Ow!" And I sat there for about 10 minutes because I was just so comfortable. I was so comfortable.
No,
When you're drunk, like any floor, any surface, you're like, oh, I just want to nap here.
There's actually nothing more dangerous than falling in the shower. And the fact that you thought that was a comfortable position it just proves to me what level of intoxication you were, because I fell in the shower a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I had a moment where I paused and I go, why isn't the water turning red? Okay, nothing's open.
No, I literally thought I got
Is
a
my
concussion.
head open? No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That I was shaking when I got up because I had such an adrenaline freak out. You just leisurely hung out in the bathtub.
Yeah, no, it wasn't my finest moment, but it was one of those nights where regardless of how ill I felt the next day, I'm so happy that I did that.
I am too.
It was
It's
so
good.
needed. I called my mom. She was like, you needed that for your soul. You needed to have fun. You needed to get drunk. You needed to go out. You needed to break some hearts, get
Mom's
some
like,
numbers.
who cares if a year of your life is just taken off from how much alcohol you had? It's
Truly.
good for the soul.
Truly.
It really does.
But the next morning, oh
She-
my
You guys,
God.
we're moving. We have to look at apartments, right?
Hold on. You're forgetting a very important detail because she just said, we're moving. Sophia comes into my room the other day, eyes all welted up from crying.
Okay, not that
She's
dramatic.
her face is flushed. She's a little pale. She's shaking. She is shaking.
I'm not shaking. You're ridiculous.
She comes into my room, sits on the edge of my bed, and I know you're about to say something dramatic. And before you even said anything, you go, I need to talk to you. And I said, I fucking knew it. I knew exactly what you were going to say before you said it.
Okay, I'll just tell you exactly what I said without all the dramatics.
It was dramatic.
With it. No, I just said to her, I had a thought. I actually couldn't sleep this night when I came up to her, and it was probably a couple of days ago. And I realized that, one, we're not going to have this moment of living together that much sooner because, look, I'm not saying I'm meeting my husband tomorrow or she is, but I'm saying that there is going to be a time where we're not going to live with each other for the next 50 years, you know? And we're only in New York for, a short period of time because I don't think either of us want to raise children here. And so I kind of I could not stop thinking about that. And I hate where we're living. Like, I truly don't like our apartment. So I want to move, but I said I wanted to move with her.
So, I felt extremely validated. So much to the point where I brought up this moment to my therapist.
She did tell me that.
I was so happy because I get why you wanted to move out on your own and you felt like sometimes I understand like living with your younger sister, you feel it stunts your growth and you want to take another chapter in your life. So I get the whole reason why you wanted to move
And I also
out.
think that places when there's a lot that's happened in that place doesn't feel good.
Bad memories.
Bad memories. I kind of
Yeah.
needed like a refresh and a
Not
restart.
for me though.
No, definitely not. Sistine. I mean,
Thank
we've had our tiffs here and there, but I think that we're both in this really, really good mindset coming into
Yes.
this year, and I'm like, it would be nice to go into this good mindset with a really good apartment.
I felt so validated, you guys, because I even told my mom a few days prior, because I was looking at apartments alone. I said, Mom, I really don't want to move out. Like, I don't want to leave Sophia. I don't want to be alone. I just want to have this time with her. So I don't understand why she wants to be alone or apart from me. And I know you didn't mean it this way, but in my Delulu brain, I felt like rejected.
Right.
I felt so rejected. And I'll be very frank, maybe because there's still some alcohol in me. I had a very tough year last year.
Right.
Like, very tough. And I'll admit, I wasn't the most pleasant peach to be around.
No.
I was like a prickly pear. I wasn't exactly positive all the time. I was just in a dark place, hence therapy. I'm in a much better place
She
now.
is.
But I felt for that
Hence
period
alcohol.
of time. Sometimes when you're just in a bad mindset, it doesn't matter who's around you, how happy they are. Sometimes you just can't be.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't pull yourself out of that negative place. And that's where I was. Like, no matter how nice you were, how great our family was, how great my life is in that moment, like, you just can't seem to pull yourself out of it.
Because it's not the external things that are controlling it. It's what you're feeling internally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the worst part about all of that is you sometimes feel like you can't even control what comes out of your mouth or your emotions. It's like being on your period. Like, sometimes you're
24/7,
just
yeah.
a raging monster and you can't help what comes out next.
That's true.
So I knew, and it hurt me that I was even doing this to you guys. I knew that I was not great to be around. And I hated that. And I knew you guys felt that and you didn't even want to be around me. And Mom and Scarlett, they're like, Jesus, like, let's avoid Sistine, which I don't blame you. And the worst part about that is, like, I knew that I was behaving this way.
Right,
But I
right.
just couldn't help it.
Right.
So
You were just a piece of the reason why. It was like you're like 1/8 of the reason. So I don't want you to think that
no, but
because it was a factor in it, and it definitely made me feel more encouraged to go to have this time by myself. But then a lot of other things were the cause of why I wanted to live alone.
Of course. But that brings me back to why I felt so validated and why I brought this up to my therapist, because I said, I feel like for the first time in a long time, I'm not so miserable to be around and people still want to be around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just so happy that you still wanted to be around me, because like you're my best friend and I love you so much. And I'm glad that you're seeing a change.
Yeah.
So much to the point where you're like, I could actually do another year with this bitch.
That's true.
So I felt so happy.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. Oh,
So-
I'm happy that
so-
it made you feel happy, because that's the thing, is I did see a change. And I also, it's sisters go through I will actually, you know what? I've talked to so many people that have sisters and siblings.
Yeah.
And when I tell them I live with my sister, they are actually very impressed. And this is like, this is not because of you or me or whatever, but a lot of people can't live with their sister. A lot of people, actually most people. I've heard like they're best friends with their sister, but there's a difference between 24/7 with your sister, who you can be the most upfront and honest with. It's like with siblings, like you're never gonna, repress yourself for how you're actually feeling about a situation. So a lot of people don't end up doing that. And because it causes more fights. And the fact that we're able to and work together is like pretty impressive. And honestly, like, yes, we get into bickers. We're sisters and we are very loud. So of course, like
We bickered on the way here.
On the
you
way here,
guys.
we were bickering.
On the way here.
Yeah.
And then I said, what should I cook us for dinner? Like, that's just how.
Yeah, that's just how it works. And so, yeah, I know I'm excited because I feel like, so back to what we were saying about the apartment hunting, we were apartment hunting and we found a really good place.
Yes, but I was still drunk.
But she was still
Because
intoxicated.
this was the next day.
Sistine found a random bodega, was sweet talking the bodega man. He gave us some fresh juices.
I said, I need you to make me lemon juice, ginger, carrots, and beets. I want to expel every drop of alcohol in my system right now.
But Sistine, this is the problem. Every time we'd go to a listing, she would tell the realtor, sorry, I'm just so puffy and hungover. And at every single one, by the last one, because we were re-seeing another apartment that we really liked, I said, Sistine, we want this one. Don't tell the guy you're hungover. He has a child and a wife. He wants to hear that his tenants are going to be. No, she didn't.
Like drunk as a skunk all the time.
I was like, look, we're going to be drunk and like do our thing because we're young in our 20s in New York. But I'm like, for this one, play it cool.
I'd like to give myself a pat on the back. The first one we saw was the one we're going to get.
Yes.
We're signing the lease today.
Yep.
And I found it.
And this is the crazy part. We have looked probably at 15 different apartments.
Yes.
It is really hard right now to find a place in New York.
Crazy.
It's crazy. I don't know if it's because people understand that moving during the winter is not the time to usually move. It's kind of like the time you avoid it because the weather sucks.
Yes.
But of course, like this is also the best time to find a place. But right now it's horrible. And we went into so many. And what we kind of gathered by the end of it was there are such distinct energies in every single apartment you go to. And you can feel the one that's right for you immediately. Like the one that we like and we walked into, just it felt like a home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
maybe because there was a newborn in there.
The guy had just had a newborn and he's married and they're like moving uptown. And so they decorated it in a very home style. And so it made us feel really happy because we're like, oh, okay, perfect. We have our little kitchen, our living room, we see trees. It's like, it doesn't show any city type. It looks like we're in Boston a little bit.
It's very cool.
It's so cool.
Very chic.
Yeah, it actually is.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited. And it is smaller than the one we have now, which is kind of funny. No, it's great though. I love it better actually. Because it gets, we're closer. But guess what?
You want to be closer?
But guess what? I get an office and a library. I'm putting one of the smallest rooms, I'm getting it and making it a library. So she made hers a glam room, but I'm making mine a little reading nook.
Literally our personalities to a T. Sophia's making the third bedroom an office.
Yeah.
And I made mine a vanity with a glam room.
Yeah, because what if we need to have Zoom calls?
Yeah, but what if we want to look good? I got to beat my face. Also, did you get your eyebrows done?
Like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago?
Like 2.5 weeks ago?
There's no way they look like that good 3 weeks grown out.
I swear on my life. 2.5 weeks ago.
Let me ask you this. Do you think I'm wearing too much makeup right now?
You're wearing a lot more than I am. But you always do
Answer
your makeup.
my question, though. do you think I'm wearing too much makeup right now? Because
No.
I am. I put a lot on.
Oh,
right
really?
now.
No, I didn't think so. I thought you were wearing.
Really?
I feel like, well, I don't have my eyes done, but you have your skin and your eyes done, so I thought you
Yeah.
put a lot more.
A lot.
Do I look like I have a little makeup on?
You don't need a lot of makeup though.
I do. What are you talking
No,
about?
you don't.
Well, lately I've been better.
I look
because
like a
my
little
skin's
boy
been-
if I don't.
That's so not true.
You're laughing because you know it's true.
No, because you just called yourself a little boy. Like, I mean, you are wearing a Ford hat, and
Go on.
no, I won't keep going.
You know what? Some of the men that listen to the show really do humble me sometimes about my appearance.
Really?
The most recent comment that really stuck with me, and oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Last episode, I actually thought about this comment and this man and did something that was just so heinous. He was saying, like, how dare Sophia let Sistine film an episode with like her fake tan only on her face and not on her chest and hands. And then I watched the
Oh.
episode back. My hands are transparent, but my face is like super pink from all the foundation I'm wearing.
No,
And so the last episode, I put foundation on my hands
no,
to
Sistine,
make it look tanner.
Sistine. That's
I
how
didn't
I
do it
feel
this
about
time.
the episode. I was on another, we were on another podcast a couple of weeks ago, and someone commented in the comments, can someone blend her bronzer? And
You do a little blotchy.
I did a blotch.
You do.
Do I have it now? Is it blotchy?
Turn your face. No, that side's good. No, it's good. Your skin looks good. Let's talk about
Thanks.
that.
Oh, yeah. So we actually did want to go into this really quick, and I won't make this a super long thing, but I have been talking about a lot, and I feel like skin topics are so popular today because so many people deal with bad skin.
Yeah.
And I've never dealt with bad skin before, and I was really lucky growing up to have those little blemishes here and there. But I truly experienced what girls experience with cystic acne and scarring and things like that these
Mhm.
last few months. And I will tell you, I understand you when you're crying in your car, like you don't want to leave your house. You feel so insecure. It is truly like the hardest
Yeah,
thing to
there's
deal with.
actually nothing that makes your confidence plummet more
It-
than having bad skin.
It's like you can't even cover it with makeup because you still see the texture and everything. But as you can see, I've cleared it. And I will say this all came up in October, and everyone was telling me you should get on spirulactin, you need to get on, what's it called? What's the acne medication that everyone takes?
Accutane.
Accutane, all of this stuff, because it was not stopping. I was really determined to do my research and figure out holistic ways and healthy ways to get it out without having to take any medicine. And I figured it out because look at my skin. It's gone. Knock
it's
on
actually
wood.
crazy.
It's so crazy. Come on.
Yeah.
And no one believed me. And
you
it
looked
was
like Rumpelstiltskin before.
it was bad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sistina.
like a toad.
Oh,
But I can say that now because your skin is perfect.
It is better. It is. But I'm just dealing with acne scars. But I will tell you, if you're dealing with acne, or if you're, you know what, also, when you start to hit your late 20s, your hormones change. And that's what happened to me. And my hormones are super imbalanced. My cortisol levels were super high. So I will tell you the 3 things that I totally changed that made my skin. I still do it today. So it's been like a 3-month process that's cleared my skin and stayed clear. Okay. So for my morning routine, this is all about my diet. So I've reduced the amount of milk, sugar, and alcohol. Totally reduced every single thing. In the morning specifically, sounds crazy, but like if you stick to this actually does help. You have celery juice in the morning and a turmeric shot. Celery juice cleanses out your body, and turmeric is an
But how does your
anti-inflammatory.
tummy not hurt?
It does. Okay, I got used to it. My stomach and my body love it now. It's
You
like
don't poop your pants?
no.
I definitely would.
It does help clear you out. So if you also are someone that deals with, being a little backed up, celery juice on an empty stomach
Yeah. Or-
seriously can
Or
get it all out.
a lot of tequila. You can't
Or you
tell
get
me.
the tequila
yeah,
runs.
because you can't tell me the next morning you don't feel snatched.
You do feel
You-
snatched.
it's
Well, you
like-
actually, you're more. I'm less prone to that
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
This is our personality difference. Go on.
There we go. So celery juice and turmeric, anti-inflammatory. I have 2 Brazil nuts because I don't know what Brazil nuts do, but Brazil nuts, I forgot the name for it, but it brings down a certain level so it like balances out your
I was
hormones.
always wondering why you're eating like a nut every night.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
always
wrong.
eat these 2
That
Brazil
sounds
nuts.
wrong.
And then at night I have Sistine, can I just say this
I'm
without you
so
like
sorry.
making
I
a
didn't mean
friggin-
to. It
You
was an
literally have made a
accident.
comment every single thing I've
I'm
said.
still drunk.
At night I have spearmint tea and licorice tea. Like you put that together. Can you?
I didn't say anything.
You've literally made a gag noise at every single thing I've said so far.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
My skincare as well. In the morning, I do double cleanse, always double cleanse to get your makeup off, and really stick to a super, super simple routine. In the morning, I focus on vitamin C's to brighten my skin and also a lot of hydration. And then at night, I focus on retinol. Retinol will really kill everything off. And if you're consistent, your face is going to peel. I do 1%, which is pretty aggressive, but once the peeling stops, then you really start to see results. And that's what kind of took away the major ones that's helped. Drinking a lot of water. And then the most important one is my mental health, because I think that last year I went through a lot of anxiety. I said this on the solo episode and I've said it on other episodes. Just like Sistine went through stuff, I went through stuff as well. And I think that once you kind of confront oh, I'm really stressed about X, Y, and Z, it's so important to tackle those on and then also know what's going to make you calm in the morning. So I've been doing meditations in the morning. I know that we always go Sophia, you're so different. But I think it's really important to calm your brain at night and in the morning. Do things don't look at your phone before bed. I go on long walks. I don't do high impact workouts. I don't involve myself or put myself in environments clubs too much or too many bad people, or I've just kind of limited my circle, and it's totally helped my anxiety. So that's really what helped me. I was going to make a video on TikTok, so maybe later you guys can see a little bit more
You totally
of a full
should.
breakdown.
I think what you did that is much better, because I would have taken the shortcut and just done Accutane just to kill it. You were so consistent. And what was it, a 3-month journey?
It was 3.5 months.
That's a long time to keep something up.
It was hard. It was embarrassing. I at our Halloween party, I had major acne everywhere, and I was looking at those photos that we loved, but I had so much all over my cheeks and chin, and it was just it was so weird to see, because that was something I haven't had before, and I was thinking, okay, I just don't like medicine, and I think that you can really heal your body holistically, and you can, find some ways that work for you. And then there are some cases where you have to take medicine, and don't not do that. But those are the things that help clear my skin. And I'm going to continue to do it, just because regardless if my acne is gone, I think it's I want to make it even better and better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're going to have the healthiest kids ever.
I am. Well, I'm going to be that mom that has a lot of tricks and hacks for their children. Okay, when you have a migraine, put your feet in boiling hot water.
Stop.
Yeah, that does help. If you want to get tan, eat a lot of carrots.
Or I heard if you're car sick, sniff a lemon.
Yeah, see things like that.
Then you're going to come over to Aunt Sistine's house, and I'm like, here's the sugar cereal. Don't tell your mother.
I'm going to have sugar cereal. I have to, Sistine doesn't have a sweet tooth like me at night. I have to have something sweet at night.
Speaking of which, we need to order more ice cream.
That I know. We actually
ate
do.
it all. We're getting so
ate
gross.
It all?
No, the other night
I ate it all.
This is how gross we're getting, because sometimes when we really want something sweet, we're like, oh shoot, there's nothing in our pantry, so we start making just the most disgusting combinations.
Yeah.
I was putting peanut butter cereal in the ice cream, which actually doesn't sound that bad.
It was peanut butter cereal,
but then I was
peanut butter ice cream.
But then I was also
awesome.
putting a saltine in my mouth.
Yeah, that was also kind of gross. A saltine with peanut butter ice cream. And peanut butter doesn't sound bad with saltines, but
Sophia, we literally had sandwiches the other day, and you're shoving barbecue chips in there. You can't sit here and tell me my concoctions are gross.
She thinks that putting chips in your sandwich is really gross. That for me is the equivalent of putting fries in my burger or in a milkshake.
Should we get a burger tonight?
Yes. When you said you were wanting to cook, I was like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she was saying she wanted to cook, and we would have made some salmon, which I love salmon, but
what do you want?
I want a burger. I want some meat. I need some meat on me.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you want some meat? Yeah.
You know what? What meat you didn't get?
Sorry?
33-year-old.
That was the grossest transition. I'm so proud of you.
You talked about
I'm proud of you.
You talked about having nuts in my
proud
mouth.
of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. It's a W. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the issue, you guys.
So
Here's the issue.
One guy in here.
I'm also going to blame Chris for this, because you encouraged me. No, this isn't. You'll see. I'll tell you right now. You encouraged me because I asked. I was like, don't you think this is cool? And you're like, yeah, I love when women do that. So I did it.
Oh, and you went and hit on somebody?
No, remember our last episode I was saying, oh, my new thing is asking people out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No. I got stood up. Stood up, you guys. All right. I'm actually so sorry, because
really
all
bad.
I do on this podcast is hype you guys up, then give you false information.
By the way, your TikTok of you talking about, we clipped the part where Sistine says, ask guys out. It got such,
so many stitches
very
and
diverse
duets.
reviews. But
Because everyone said don't do it.
don't do it. Everyone, which is so not what I thought. I thought everyone would be on board with women asking guys out, but everyone was
No.
like, hold in your feminine energy, which is what I was encouraging.
And actually, now I understand what they meant by that. So let me give you some background. I asked this guy out, who, by the way, was pursuing me for months. Every time he even saw me in public and I didn't even recognize him or say hello to him, he would say, oh, were you just at this place? Oh, it was good seeing you again.
Yeah.
So he was trying, okay?
He was trying. He was the Pisces boy.
I slid back in months later and I asked him out. We had plans for Thursday at 8 p.m.
Well, also, that was what thing he did good at was when Sistine did ask him out, he said Thursday, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, well, don't get too excited, guys, because guess what? Thursday rolled around, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. I go, that's funny. Haven't heard anything from this guy in a few days. Is there even still a date? Nearly 5 o'clock strikes. And he gives me some bullshit excuse that he has a client dinner and blah, 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 which first of all, you know about your client dinner. Okay, so why'd you wait till 3 hours before the date to cancel on me? And then the worst part is he was just like, oh, yeah, here's the good news though. I'm free next week. I said, how is that good for me? Like, either make a new plan or bye.
And this is the thing, guys. If you ask a girl out and you're doing it last minute, you have to cancel. The only way you should be responding to canceling a date last minute is next week, are you free Tuesday or Thursday around 8 o'clock? I have a really good place that I want to take you to, and I'm going to make it up to you. That's how you do it. Not good news and bad news. Bad news, I have to go to a work dinner last minute. Good news is I'm around until the next weekend. It's
100%.
It's just like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Cheer? Like I'm gonna wait around.
I called in the recruits. I said, how do I respond to this? Mom and dad. Because mom gives me the feminine touch to it, and Sly gives me the real hard truth of how to handle someone like this. This man is 33 years old. What made me realize is older does not make you wiser. I think sometimes we think, oh, if you're like dating 35, 36, that they're gonna be so mature. No. So I said, what do I do, you guys? Parents, help me out. They said, don't answer. What did I do? I didn't answer. That got his attention. He started double texting. And now I said, I freaking got him. Hook, line, and sinker. I got him right where I want him. I still don't really know how I want to play this.
Well, but actually, he triple texted.
He triple texted. And this just goes back to what Sly always gives the best advice. He always said, if you want to get someone's attention and you don't know what to say to them on text, say nothing. Because nothing translates to that person better than any text that you could be
it's so true.
Conjuring up and try to get their attention, try to be a little bitter. Nothing reads so much louder. And so I've realized, I'm like, hold on, here's the secret. And it sucks. And obviously, you want to call it playing games. I call it playing smart and protecting your heart. Bars?
That was
That rhymed?
pretty good. That was pretty
What do
good.
you mean? That was so good.
Okay, Sistine, relax. It was fine.
Okay. She has good skin, so she's here like, you think you're better than me?
No, okay, but
Wait, no, let me
Wait,
get
you have
to this.
more?
Yeah, I have more. Sorry, I'm on a roll.
okay,
So I was thinking about it. How to get someone to chase you.
okay,
Do nothing. Do nothing.
yeah,
And I wrote this out, and I don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to...
okay. Go ahead.
These are my thoughts. If you want them to text you, the more you show disinterest and distance yourself, that is when you're going to actually see how much they are interested in you. If they don't see that and they don't see that, oh, she's pulling away, she is not as responsive and she's not chasing me and I'm expecting a text but I didn't get one. If he responds to that with trying to make up for it or trying to see you again, then amazing.
Yeah.
You know exactly where his head is at. If he doesn't answer, if he doesn't notice, if he doesn't care, he just showed you his cards.
Yeah.
He showed you exactly how he feels about you.
This is also another thing because this is only if, he has done something that has made you think about how am I supposed to respond. This is not just a game like in the
100%.
beginning where it's, it's not necessary to ignore someone. But I truly believe that if a guy is giving you 50%, if you are encouraging that by responding and then also adapting yourself to his timeline and his schedule, then you are feeding into that 50%. And then that guy is going to go down to 30% and he's going to see how far he can push it.
100%.
And so you're encouraging someone in the beginning of your guys' relationship to give you 30% because you're going to give 100. And when he gives you 20, you have to give 110. And that's where the dynamic issue is because you're giving all of your energy to someone and he's only giving 20 because you have established that as the baseline for your relationship.
How you start a relationship with someone, and we're not even saying dating, like this is just first couple days of really getting to know each other. That is going to play out how the relationship is going to end up. Like if I responded back to this guy, oh yeah, no worries, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm free on Tuesday. Then he knows right there, you just gave away your cards.
Yeah.
She's going to probably say,
Probably
oh,
say,
I can
like,
get
what do you
away
wanna
with
do?
anything. Like
Yeah.
she's cool with kind of minimal effort and behavior.
Totally.
So you kind of really have to stick to your guns and also like, yeah, I don't know.
No,
A guy that is that kind of like arrogant and cocky, it's
Well,
just
you
like
know-
you know that that's what you're gonna get in the relationship.
100%.
Don't ignore that flag.
There was something I watched the other day, and this girl, I forgot who the girl was, but she was talking about people coming in and out of your life. And it actually seriously helped me kind of, I guess, place in a box exactly why my relationships ended up the way they did. And she's religious, so she kind of put in terms of God. But so I'll say the version she said, but I kind of do it more as like just life in general. She said that God puts people in your lives that are meant for you and takes them away when they've done their purpose. So he has put
That's deep.
Well, because think about it, like someone will come into your life for a reason. They will be there either for the long run because they are meant for you, or maybe they're there to teach you a lesson, and they also leave. And that's also meant to be as is too. Like people are not going to come into your life and just stay in your life. They are going to leave eventually if it's supposed to be that way. So for me, I kind of saw this as, okay, like you can think about an ex and you can, like I have a really hard time, and Sistine like knows this about me. I really dwell on the past. Like I always am someone that reignites like old memories and things and like what ifs 24/7. And this kind of put it into a very simple way of thinking, you know, that person was in my life for a reason. They came, they did what they had to do. I am happy, I'm sad, I learned my things with them. And they also were removed for the same reason, is that they're not meant for me in the future because of where I am at. So it kind of made it go, okay, like I don't have to really, you know, overthink or worry because this is just how it was like supposed to be.
100%.
You know?
I always think, you know how we say when someone like an ex or someone sort of comes back into your life, like saying, oh, they always come back. That's not a flex.
No,
think about it. They're coming back because they want to see if you're stupid enough to take them back or respond. Like they're like, oh, she will. Like that's not, no. Doors need to be closed. Because we were talking about this the other night. Why is it whenever you feel like almost discouraged with your dating life and you're like, oh shit, like nothing is working and I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm not getting anything to stick? Why do you always sort of think about your ex and you start to reminisce? Actually, I did something so bad. I have this roll of film that I've had for about 2 years that I didn't develop because I know on this roll of film, there's a shit ton of photos of me with my ex and Sophia with her ex. And I was like, I can't see it. I don't want to see it. I developed it the other day. I thought I was ready. I was like, you know what? I'm grown. I've matured. I've moved on. The photos were real cute.
Yeah, they were
real
really
cute. And I was like, oh my God, I miss being in love. I miss a relationship.
But that's what, by the way, that's what it was.
But it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was okay. It had good moments.
No, but I'm saying you don't miss the relationship. You miss the love in the relationship. Like that's what you're honing in on. It's not you're nostalgic about that person at all because that person's out of your life for a reason. You're nostalgic about like the feeling of being in love, and that's just what happens. And goddamn, dating is tough.
But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest right now. I wasn't going to be honest, but I'm going to be honest because I feel like this podcast, we just talk to each other and Chris. And so sometimes I treat it like no one's out there listening or judging. But here we go. Did I send the photos to him? Yes.
That was pretty gnarly.
Sophia slightly encouraged me.
But not
because you were like, we're having a boring day. Let's stir the pot a little bit. No,
Okay. I mean, not in so many words, no.
But I know everyone says that you cannot be friends with an ex, which I totally agree. But I do think that there can be like a civil middle ground talking basis.
No, I encouraged it because you guys are at a great level. Like, I would have never, if you guys were on like, then I would have said no.
Also, I thought the photos were really cute. So I was like, I think if I were him, I'd want him to send me the photos. They're nice. So I did. And it was very well received. It was a very wholesome conversation. We spoke off and on for a day. And then I said, sayonara, talk to you again in another 1.5 years. But it was lovely.
Yeah.
You're jealous because you don't have that. Sorry.
I hate having, I like amicable endings with everybody. I'm
That's
just
the
such
issue,
a
though. You
people
can't
pleaser.
ever
I need
control. Sometimes when you end a relationship, you're going to be the bad guy. And you sitting with that idea of being the bad guy eats at you alive because someone doesn't like you.
Because I love, like, I hate hurting people.
But you were hurting yourself by staying in it.
I know. I feel like people can relate to that. It's like when you have to choose yourself for a second. Then
Sophia, if you want to talk about relating, I just said I texted my ex.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Don't do it.
Do you want to? Oh, actually, I wanted to talk. Speaking of dating, I listened. Actually, it was on Giggly Squad, who also films here, which is kind of cool.
We love gigglers.
I love them, and
I'm a giggler.
And they actually said something on their podcast that I really like about the 0 to 100, 100 to 0 thing.
What is it?
Where when men and women go into dates, the way they, visualize or think about the person across from them. So women go into dating with 100 to 0. So they go in with like high expectations, thinking about love, like kind of sometimes you go like all the what ifs, like, oh, are we going to click? Like, could we be in a relationship? And then slowly as you guys date time and time again, like he has the navy sheets. Oh, he's like, doesn't answer that fast. And so your number goes down. When as guys, they start at 0 when they go into a relationship and they don't really have that many expectations. But then as they start to hang out with you more, the number kind of increases. And so that's why, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the balance, which is so true. Because you think about it, you go into a date with like high expectations, you're ready to go, wide-eyed, and the guys don't really. But then as they start to get to know you, their number starts to go up for them.
I wonder what you could do that would subtract. Do you think he's like, oh, she just gave me the ick. She's back down to a 45.
That's too scoreboardy. That'd be really funny though. He's like, oh, she.
You just start asking. What's my number?
Oh, she only likes cats. -10.
Someone actually did give me shit about that the other day.
I think there's just such a cat person's also kind of a Karen person.
Yeah. That is the rudest thing you've said to me.
That was fighting words.
That was fighting words. Yeah, she's my screensaver. So what?
Did you see the animal that I want to get for us?
Yeah, it looks a little inbred.
No, that's not. Sistine loves dachshunds. Sistine loves dachshunds. I love golden retrievers. I just saw.
It looks mutated.
What are you talking about?
You cannot cross a golden retriever.
A golden dachshund.
And a dachshund.
It was so cute.
It's so.
They're little wieners and they look like.
Oh, they're little wieners.
The little wiener dachshunds look like mini golden retrievers.
Yeah.
Oh! Do you know how cute that is? Do you realize how cute that is?
A little wiener?
Stop. A little golden retriever wiener?
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, I want one so bad.
A golden wiener. We love them.
Stop saying it like that. It's so gross.
I'm still drunk.
No, you're not. You are sober. And I'm on melatonin right now.
Okay, wait. To wrap this episode up really quick.
Oh, no. I thought you'd forget. No.
Because there's something to my left that I've been staring at the entire episode. Sophia lost a bet. And we're going to do this on the next episode. Sophia lost a bet. We actually betted on...
Oh, we're not doing it this episode?
No. We'll save it.
No.
We'll save it. Sophia lost a bet, okay? And if I won, I said, you have to bring your journal in and read an old entry. And I cannot wait to dive into this the next episode. I'm so sorry, but I love you guys.
I haven't done this before.
Oh, I know, but it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Unwaxed podcast.
Please go onto YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us that 5 stars. We are shooting every single Tuesday, and we'll answer your questions if you only give us those 5 stars. And we love you guys.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.